On a sun-drenched hillside, a young shepherd boy watches his flock with a listless gaze. The peaceful scene belies the boy's growing boredom and restlessness. High on the hillside, a boy stands silhouetted against the sprawling valley. He raises his hands to his mouth, a playful glint in his eyes. A mischievous grin spreads across his face as he shouts, "Wolf! Wolf!" In the village, weathered farmers and strong blacksmiths drop their tools, their faces set with grim resolve. Pitchforks and axes become symbols of a unified front as they rally to defend their flock. A determined mob surges towards the hillside, united by a common purpose: to protect their sheep. The hillside becomes a stage for defiance as the villagers ascend, ready to confront any threat. The first line of villagers crests the hill, pitchforks raised as they prepare to charge. The mob advances, a united front against the darkness threatening their livelihood. The ground trembles beneath their feet as they march forward, an unstoppable force. At the front of the mob, a farmer raises his pitchfork, a symbol of their collective defiance. The blacksmith tightens his grip on his axe, ready to strike down any who threaten their sheep. The villagers press onward, their determination fueled by a primal instinct to protect their own. A chorus of shouts erupts as they charge forward, their voices echoing across the valley. Their feet pound the earth as they run, an unstoppable wave of righteous fury. The hillside trembles as they ascend, a testament to the strength of their resolve. At the summit, they pause, their eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of danger. The wind whips around them, carrying the scent of fear and anticipation. Their hearts pound in their chests as they await the inevitable confrontation. A collective breath is held as they brace themselves for what is to come. The air crackles with tension as they prepare to defend their home. The first clash is imminent as they stand ready to meet their foe. The hillside becomes a battleground as they fight for their survival. Their courage is tested as they face the darkness that threatens to consume them. The fate of the village hangs in the balance as they stand their ground. In that moment, they are not just villagers, but warriors defending their way of life. The villagers trudge up the hillside, their breaths ragged, their bodies slick with sweat. Their eyes dart around, searching for any sign of the wolf, but the hillside remains silent. A solitary figure stands apart, his laughter piercing the quiet. Frustration flickers across the faces of the villagers as they exchange glances. Under the vast, open sky, the boy stands on the hillside, a playful glint in his eyes. He fills his lungs with the crisp morning air, preparing to unleash his deception upon the unsuspecting valley. His voice pierces the morning calm as he cries out, "Wolf! Wolf! Wolf! Wolf!" The echo of his false alarm reverberates through the valley, shattering the tranquility of the morning. The villagers, their faces lined with concern, reluctantly heed his call, their initial trust now tinged with doubt. The hillside is empty, no wolves in sight. The boy's laughter rings out, mocking the worried villagers. The villagers stand, their faces hardening with anger and doubt. They exchange uneasy glances, their patience wearing thin. Do not cry wolf, unless there is a real threat. A lone boy stands guard at the forest's edge, his watchful eyes surveying his flock. A sinister rustling shatters the tranquility, signaling an unseen threat lurking within the shadows of the trees. From the depths of the forest, a menacing wolf emerges, its eyes burning with predatory hunger as it fixes its gaze on the defenseless flock. The wolf pauses, its muscles coiled and ready to strike, its presence a stark violation of the serene meadow. The boy, sensing the imminent danger, tenses, his eyes widening as he prepares to protect his sheep. Silent tension fills the air, the calm shattered by the looming threat of the wolf's predatory stare. The sheep, oblivious to the danger, continue to graze, their innocence a stark contrast to the predatory intent. The boy's heart pounds in his chest, each breath a desperate plea for courage as he faces the approaching danger. The wolf takes a step forward, its shadow stretching across the grass, a harbinger of the impending chaos. The boy raises his staff, a symbol of defiance against the approaching predator, his resolve hardening with each step the wolf takes. The wolf stops, its eyes narrowed, assessing the boy's readiness. A silent battle of wills unfolding. A low growl rumbles from the wolf's chest, a chilling declaration of its predatory intent. The boy stands firm, his staff held high, a beacon of courage against the encroaching darkness of the wolf. The sheep huddle together, sensing the shift in atmosphere, their bleating a chorus of unease. The wolf lunges, its body a blur of fur and teeth, breaking the tension with a burst of raw aggression. The boy shouts, his voice echoing through the meadow, a desperate attempt to drive back the attacking wolf. The staff strikes the ground with a thud, a warning to the wolf, a declaration of the boy's unwavering resolve. The wolf hesitates, momentarily stunned by the boy's unexpected defiance, its attack faltering. The boy advances, his staff raised, pressing his advantage, forcing the wolf to retreat. The wolf snarls, its eyes filled with frustration, backing away slowly, its hunger momentarily thwarted. The boy stands his ground, his chest heaving, his eyes fixed on the retreating wolf. Victory hard-earned. The sheep scatter, their fear palpable, seeking refuge behind the boy, their protector. The wolf disappears back into the forest, its shadow swallowed by the trees, leaving behind an uneasy peace. The boy lowers his staff, his body trembling, the adrenaline slowly fading, the silence returning to the meadow. On a serene hillside, a young boy's face twists in fear. He frantically waves his arms, his eyes wide with terror. He cries out in desperation, "Wolf! Wolf! Help me! The wolf is here!" The boy's desperate cries echo through the village, a sound that once brought swift aid. Villagers pause, the sound piercing their daily routines, but their faces remain etched with doubt. Skeptical glances are exchanged, old memories of deceit clouding their judgment. The villagers recall past deceptions and dismiss the cries as another fabrication. Ignoring the cries, the villagers turn away, their backs a collective wall of indifference. The wolf explodes into action, initiating a frantic chase across the peaceful hillside. A wave of white wool erupts as the sheep scatter, their bleats of terror piercing the air. The boy's face contorts with horror, a silent scream trapped in his throat as he witnesses the unfolding chaos. With a final chilling glimpse, the wolf disappears into the shadowy embrace of the forest, its prize secured. He stands alone, the vast emptiness of the hillside mocking his solitude. The weight of his failure crushes him, a burden of guilt heavier than the stones beneath his feet. Silence descends, broken only by the distant bleating of scattered sheep. He surveys the aftermath of his negligence, a landscape scarred by fear and loss. Each blade of grass whispers accusations, each shadow a reminder of his broken vow. The air hangs heavy with regret, a suffocating shroud woven from his misdeeds. His youthful innocence shatters, replaced by the cold, hard reality of consequence. The sun casts a long, accusing shadow, painting him as the sole figure of blame. He is left to grapple with the echoes of his failure, a haunting symphony of bleats and howls. The hillside, once a sanctuary of peace, transforms into a desolate monument of his folly. His heart aches with the bitter taste of remorse, a wound that time can never fully heal. He is now a solitary figure, forever bound to the memory of the day the wolf came. The wind whispers a mournful dirge, lamenting the loss of innocence and the dawn of regret. He is the shepherd who lost his flock, the guardian who failed his charge. His tears mingle with the dust, watering the seeds of a lesson learned in sorrow. He is the sole witness to his own undoing, a tragedy played out on a stage of green and gold. The hillside weeps with him, its beauty tainted by the stain of his failure. He is forever branded by this day, a mark etched deep into the soul of a boy who once knew only joy. The hillside stands as a silent testament to his fall, a haunting reminder of the day the wolf came.